And now, News Channel 10's 24/7 local weather first alert forecast, sponsored by Generator Supercenter of Amarillo.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everyone. Thankfully doing away with some of the nastier winds that we did see yesterday. Of course, gusts over 60 miles an hour for a lot of the region. So far for today, seeing those temperatures in the low 50s. We'll be dropping down into the upper 40s by the end of the morning period with relatively clear skies. We're going to circle back to the satellite and radar here in just a little bit. We're going to see increasing cloud cover as we go into the latter parts of the day with winds out of the generally westerly direction at 10 to 20 miles an hour. So still breezy out there as we head throughout the day, but you will notice that temperatures are generally cooler out there. Daytime highs around the region, 68 degrees here in Amarillo, maybe 75 in Childress, about as hot as anyone's going to be, while we're going to be seeing mid to low 60s, maybe even upper 50s up towards the west and northwestern parts of the area. So seeing some slightly cooler temperatures out there. But looking at our kind of regional satellite and radar here, as you'll see, we're kind of funneling in this Pacific moisture over the area. That's bringing in some of that cloud cover as we go throughout the day. It is firing up some showers and thunderstorms in central Oklahoma. Of course, not coming this direction, but looking here at home, we did see some light little what we call Virga showers overnight. That was probably a lot of rain not reaching the ground, but at least seeing maybe a few clouds that looked like they wanted to rain, and that does signify, of course, our changing pattern. That's our next weather maker, that we are expecting some pretty good rain chances in the forecast, and yes, maybe even a little bit of snow as well. So here's the general setup here. We've got these weekend moisture chances. Tonight through Friday, we start to see kind of this funneling in of moisture. A low pressure sets up to our southwest. That funnels in predominantly rain chances for the region as we go through Friday. More rain showers. It might be cool at times, but generally low clouds, kind of dreary, damp conditions, and like I said, just some light rain out there. Thunderstorm chances are relatively low. But then going into Saturday, the low pressure system starts to pass and starts to pull a little cool air in with it, and that starts to switch over to snow, especially towards the northwest here in Amarillo. Think like we're looking at a mix right now, but if that snow comes in wet and heavy out there, we could start to see some accumulation. So could possibly see an inch plus here in Amarillo. You might see 1 to 3 inches plus there up in the northwestern parts of the area. Better chances of snow sticking up that direction. The big question marks we have right now is, of course, the warm ground level. Is the air temperature going to support snow? If that snow comes in heavy enough, it may kind of override that warmer surface temperature and allow some of that snow to stick, but it should melt off relatively quickly. But right now we're somewhere in the ballpark of an inch plus if any of that snow does decide to stick. But the good news is we're looking at good moisture chances either way. Let's look at your high definition model run. You're going to see those clouds kind of thin out today, partly cloudy skies as you go on into the afternoon. And then we're eventually going to start to see those showers come in for this evening into tonight, mainly for our southeastern parts of the area. You're going to see those rain showers pretty scattered, like I said, staying to the southeast. This is early Thursday morning, and then we start to see things kind of thin out a little bit for your Thursday daytime period, but by the evening and nighttime period, there we start to see more of those showers coming in, and that starts to fire up for more of the area. And like I said, by the end of it, should start to see some good moisture for a lot of the region. This graphic does take just a little bit of time to load here, but this is showing generally what precip total should look like around the region. And one thing we will notice once it does pop up is that we're generally kind of highlighting the Highway 60 area, and that's going to really allow, like I said, some good moisture. You see where they have those blues and light blues, that could be anywhere over an inch of moisture, a little bit lower on either side of it, but like I said, things looking pretty good here as of right now for some good beneficial moisture for a lot of the region. Let's look at your 7-day supercast here. So we're going to go those 20% chances for tonight, 30% chances tomorrow, and then 90% chances of moisture there Friday and Saturday with cooling conditions. 60s today and tomorrow, 50s for Friday, 40s by Saturday. Does look like we have a couple of overnight lows that do drop below freezing, so of course we'll be keeping a close eye on that. As always, you can download the First Alert Weather app anytime and keep up with your First Alert Weather team with anything and everything that's happening with a pretty interesting weekend ahead of us.